the sheaf of paper. It's basically a bunch of paper. You open it up, and it either creates SCPs or it leads to their discoveries. Now, for the question in general, what is the most powerful SCP? I don't know if you mean powerful by strength, by the power that it holds for us, or anything like that. But I would say this is powerful only because you open this SCP up and a new one just appears. It doesn't matter if it was made or if it led to the discovery. For all intents and purposes, this pile of paper leads you to a new SCP. Now, with that with that context in place, this thing has been opened up more than 2,000 times, which means that hard to destroy reptile was made, or at least found, because of this sheaf of paper. The prototype is supposed to be some sort of alien that creates like little black holes, little mini singularities for teleportation and for defense, I guess. And according to the files and whatnot, it killed Dr. Keter, which inspired the Keter class Foundation. So that's nice, I guess. Powerful, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it shoots radiation and black holes. I guess that's okay. I mean, it's got a weakness. I mean, it gets sick when it's exposed to it can be sickened with high heat, humidity, and like bright light. So powerful in terms of offense, sure. You expose it to a certain amount of elements, it gets pretty freaking sick. The Gate Guardian is probably the most overly hyped SCP-001 designation, at least in my comment section anyway. It's talked about as like, oh, it's powerful. But it's basically a giant flamey guy with wings on his heels or whatever, and you know, something comes into its radius and it just kapooya! It wrecks it with a sword as hard as the sun. It's supposed to be that one angel that protects the Garden of Eden with a flaming sword, if you read Genesis. So if you're religious, then this is the most powerful one for you, right? But if not, sure, I guess it is pretty strong. I mean, it whacks stuff with a sun sword, burns it at the subatomic level. Just the lock is basically a block. Like that's it. It's just a lock. Yeah. The key was drawn once. No one's ever found it. You unlock the lock and magic happens, I guess. I don't know. The factory. Certain SCPs have a designation of like made by the factory on some of their labels, and so this is their origin, right? The factory. It's supposed to be some super extra dimensional factory that has a big old door somewhere within its bowels. You feed it enough with like blood and piss and I don't know what, and something crazy happens. Something magical. Ooh. But other than that, it's just a factory. The spirals, their spiral path. It's I don't know. It's a path. Powerful is not just restricted to like strength, you know. So like it can be powerful within a significant range. Like it's powerful to the mind that you look at it and you go, huh, I guess that's powerful. Hey, look at that. So the spiral path is supposed to be powerful in that it inspires the researchers, the researchers at the facility, because according to this file, there were times when they did make SCPs. Like, the Foundation was the one who made them. And what is of concern are the SCPs that were not created. Like, the ones that just appeared. The Legacy. Wait, what did I write down for this one? The Legacy? The Legacy, according to me, how I interpreted Legacy was... Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't because it was confusing as heck. So I'm looking up SCP explained for this one. The Legacy, according to this, it's comprised of like many other items, but to really break down the basics, it's basically some douche who came from another universe and something about a corruption. They're trying to stop it, whatever that means. Again, powerful. It's very ambiguous as to its interpretation, so we can assume that the Legacy is supposed to be, I don't know, it has powerful story writing. The database, like I said in the other one, powerful can signify either powerful by or powerful within like the context of the mind. This one is very... It's powerful in the way it trips you out, I guess. I don't know. If you're a seasoned veteran of like weird, then yeah, this isn't going to weird you out at all. But... spoilers! Within the database, it's basically supposed to be that this one guy discovered the significance of the whole Foundation. Like, he discovered the origin of the Foundation, but it's not within universe. It's within our universe. He basically discovered that the SCP Foundation is not real and written by you guys, right? It's written by writers. It's written by horror writers. The Foundation, written by Scantron. This one, I mean, the way it's explained in SCP Explained, it's different from how I interpret it. So take it with a grain of salt. Probably best if you read it yourself. Try to figure out what you feel about it. But this is how I interpreted the Foundation. You basically had a building that just appeared out of nowhere, and over time it began to grow new people. Like, people just emerged from within its walls, and not only people but containment chambers. And they started talking about how, oh, we need new researchers, we need new doctors, we need new D-class, this and that. And so it's kind of a not so seasoned clone of the Foundation. In terms of powerful, I mean, I guess it's powerful in terms of like the power it took to make this place. 36 is basically a bunch of 36 individuals who they're so, well, according to this, right, they're destined to restore the world or something, right? And so if one dies, stuff goes down, you know. If one of these 36 people die, shabushki, like they just go ballistic, they go crazy, like the world goes crazy. And then there's supposed to be a reincarnated version of them born somewhere in the world. These guys are destined to supposedly save and deactivate SCPs. Like, they're supposed to change the world in some way. That's powerful, I guess. Keter duty. That's basically what the title says. Keter duty. This facility takes care of Keter class SCPs in a way that neutralizes it neutralizes their effects. If there's a breach, that area becomes hostile to human life. If the whole thing is breached, a new universe will form. So I guess that's powerful, and that Keter duty creates a new universe when the whole place is compromised. Children, that's a pretty interesting one. The children is supposed to be, well, kids who they become a weapon when they're, what is it? If they are within, if they're greater than 20 meters away from each other, they're capable of destroying anything. Sort of. They're capable of destroying anything that they wish. Or something. The record, or a record. This one to me was confusing because there's just so much links this way and that way. So what I did interpret from it was that the very last link talks about a guy who, according to him, right, like he clicked a save file and something around him changed. So the more he kept clicking save, the more the world around him changed. So he figured maybe he became like a god or something. I don't know how, but I guess that's powerful. You write something, according to SCP Explained, you write whatever, or yeah, like you write something within the slot and it becomes true. So, the Broken God. The Broken God is actually one of my favorites. I actually want to animate the sequence from there one day. But all biases aside, the Broken God, it's powerful within like the religious sense that it's the figurehead of a cult. So it's got the power there, and physically, kind of like, let me think. Off the top of my head, the Prototype and the Gate Guardian, they are powerful in terms of like their abilities, of like what they do. And then the Broken God is up there as well, because whoever gets near it just goes inside of it. Like they assimilate themselves with it, and this thing just keeps eating and eating and eating. There's no cage that it won't eat its way out of, according to this anyway. So, but it got its butt handed to it by an SCP, the Malfunction Destroyer one. I forgot the number of it, but it got blasted by a laser. This one has the factory related to it, so that's nice, I guess. Past and future. This one is supposed to be the source of all paranormal phenomena within the observable universe. Because some douche was like, I don't like humans very much. Let me make SCPs. And there you go. Powerful. I guess it's powerful because it lets you know where paranormal phenomena came from. I guess, maybe. If you're into that sort of thing of like, there's power because of, it's the source, then there you go. The consensus. This isn't really supposed to be, I don't know, I guess it is powerful? I don't freaking know. The consensus is basically, there once was another reality that restructured, and we now have this one. This gives me vibes to that one story where there was a guy who wrote about how the world ended, and that at the very end the world flooded, and his story was found near the Marianas what's it called? The big trench in the ocean. It's like his story was found at the trench of the ocean, which within the story, he wakes up one day and there's a big old rift in the world, and now it's a trench. So, because you know reality structured and whatnot. So here it's the same thing, right? Our universe was born out of the restructuring of a past universe. When day breaks, if you think the end of the world is a powerful thing to read about, then this one's for you, because when day breaks is not exactly an SCP file, or it's not written in like an SCP format. It's the description of an XK scenario. So the world ends and stuff. God's blind spot. This one talks about a certain area where human death is prevented. Normalcy. Normalcy is a piece of paper that is shared between members of the O5 Council. And what this basically is it keeps updating with the basic laws of reality. And so if you don't find a certain law within the paper, that's considered... Sorry, I thought I heard something in the house. the piece of paper basically dictates reality. And so if you find something that is not within the paper, that's paranormal, right? Like it's, what is it? It is anomalous. So now there's a reason why I did not make this video as like a contest or a rating to see, oh, which one's the most powerful, which one would be a who, because of the question itself. Which SCP-001 is the most powerful, and the way it's written does not it doesn't state any rules. There's no like, oh, power as in strength, power as in the power to end the world, the power to change reality, the power to this, power to that. There's a bunch of different things. Okay, so the way I saw this was not a contest, but just a brief overview of what each SCP is supposed to do, and I'll let you figure out which one's the most powerful to you. Because again, the term powerful is mostly a subjective thing. Thank you for watching. I hope this answers your question of which SCP is the most powerful. Well, I mean, obviously I didn't even answer your question, okay? I didn't even give you an answer, so... well, toodles.